Bullen Stadium will be rocking all weekend long. It's a top 10 showdown in the country. Two teams remaining undefeated in Big Ten play, number 7 UCLA and number 9 Nebraska. The Bruins have won 22 straight entering the night. Nebraska's won 13 in a row themselves. One of the best offenses in the country facing one of the best pitching staffs in the nation. Hello, everyone. We welcome you to Lincoln. Former Northwestern pitcher Sidney Supley and Noah Reed with you. On one hand, you've got one of the most explosive offenses in the country in UCLA. And on the other side, you have maybe one of the best pitching staffs in the entire nation in Nebraska. This is one of those something's got to give games. We've got the top 2 seeds in the regional, Duke and Georgia. And with it being their 3rd regional together in the last 5 years, safe to say that there's a lot of history between these two. Jordy Fromm, 1 strike away from Nebraska's record for saves in a season and a chance to end UCLA's 22-game win streak. Here's the 0-2 to Lamar. Caught on and missed! Nebraska's 14th straight win and hands UCLA its first loss in the last 23 games on Jordy Fromm's record-breaking night. Gordon tags one into left center in the gap, and that scores 2. A 2-run double for Sarah Gordon, and it's Georgia who jumps in front of Duke in the top of the first. 1-2. Kamens and rips it into left field. Slump chasing back, and it's gone! Nebraska takes the lead in the 5th. 3-2, bases loaded. Malau Ulu clubs one into left center field. Long run for Hudgens. She can't get there. Jada Baker scores to tie it. Here comes Terrell. Jennings scores. It is a bases-clearing double to put Duke in front. Struggled in the ACC tournament last week, went 0 for 6, a rare 2-game stretch where she didn't have any hits. But in this regional, had a 2-home-run game on Friday. She's driven in 6 runs in total, and she crushes that ball deep left center field and off the scoreboard. Well, zeros all the way across the board except for the runners left on base, because we've seen several walks through the first 3 innings, but both pitchers have yet to allow a hit. Talk so much about this UCLA electric offense that they have, almost 12 runs per game, but Alexis Jensen not letting them have anything easy.
She's been living off of her off-speed pitch and executing it so well, but she's going to have to do so against the Bruins' heart of the order, with Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery, who are so good at making adjustments from their first time through.
Yeah, Megan Grant to lead it off here, hitting over 550 on the season, top 5 in the country, 23 home runs, is second most in college softball. A 2-time All-American, who Kelly Inouye Perez said she actually thought at the start of the season that she was going to put Megan Grant in the leadoff spot, but Riley Slimp has played so well in that spot. They've kept Grant at 2, but in this situation, they do see Grant as the leadoff, and she ropes it into right field for the first base hit of the night.
No hesitation from Grant. She does such a good job at creating a tight turn within her swing. This pitch well inside, but Grant able to create enough space. You have to be so strong and have such quick hands to be able to produce that type of hit.
Well, this is an interesting spot, too, because it's UCLA's second time seeing Jensen, so they kind of get a feel for her the first time around. I know 3rd time through the order, Sydney, is when you see a lot of coaches make changes, but you can tell at least Megan Grant was able to make an adjustment quickly.
She was hunting a pitch early, and when she saw it on the inner half of the plate that it was going to be a hard speed, not an off speed, she was attacking it.
Jordan Woolery holds the hands, 1-1 the count. I'm glad you brought that up, because you've said that a couple times already tonight, that you feel like UCLA hitters haven't done a very good job of sitting on one pitch, but Grant did just that.
And that's where the veteran leadership is going to come through from those two. If they can show the way for these underclassmen, they follow in suit.
This is where this offense is at its best. You get Megan Grant on base, and then you bring the nation's leader in RBIs at 68 on the season to the plate in Jordan Woolery.
And the respect is there. The infield so deep for Nebraska behind Jensen.
Woolery smacks it into right field. What a play! It's Casey Hoffman laying out for it and robbing extra bases.
That deserves a celebration. You have to be so bold as a right fielder to dive when this pitch is breaking towards the line. Hoffman goes full Superwoman and a crucial out for Nebraska.
Missed the entire season 2 years ago in her last year at Arkansas. Comes here to Nebraska and has been great for the Huskers these past 2 years. Talk about her a lot at the plate, but it's with the glove that makes what's been the biggest play of the day so far.
That fires you up if you're a pitcher in the circle. You could see Jensen all of a sudden says, okay, I can trust my off speed. I have my outfield working behind me so hard.
And at some point, I know that Jensen's been great in the circle, hasn't allowed a lot of hard contact, but at some point tonight, this UCLA offense is going to get a hold of a couple balls.
And it's going to come down to how well the defense can play behind her.
Called strike in there to Bragg. 1-2 the count. The cleanup hitter who for the first time in her career was named Big Ten Player of the Week earlier this week, thanks to a 7-hit weekend at Rutgers. Flares it into right field, and it's down in fair territory. Grant goes first to third, and UCLA has runners on the corners with just one down.
Bragg wanted to challenge Jensen. Before this pitch, she goes so far up in the box and attacks a pitch on the inside corner. It's an inside out swing, but she's able to get just enough. And Grant is becoming such an athletic player thanks to basketball in the winter. She says it's helped her with her conditioning shape. She does a nice job taking an extra 60 feet.
So through the first 3 innings, Alexis Jensen had not allowed a hit, but she's given up 2 to the first 3 batters she's seen in this 4th inning.
They've all been on hard pitches low in the zone.
Bri Alejandre, the freshman at the plate.
But look at that smile.
Yeah.
That's when you're celebrating the little things. Said, okay, we took that pitch finally. The Bruins are coming up with such a better plan, and they're starting to execute it.
Kelly Inouye Perez, her head coach, said surprised isn't the right word because we knew what kind of player we were getting in her. She said, but I'm still really proud of the way she's performing in her first year of college softball.
She told me early that she had a long conversation with Bri Alejandre. She said, you play in an old school way that's so rare in our game. Please never lose that.
Chopper up the middle, it's into center field. The freshman brings in the first run of the day, and it's UCLA on the road up 1-0.